get so mad. But in the paper, it must be true.
Perry discovered the North Pole, Amundsen the South. However, neither of these esteemed explorers would have had much success finding Frostbite Falls, Minnesota in the dead of winter. Incidentally, that's it, that steeple sticking up out of the snow. Now, with the town submerged under 30 or 40 feet of the soft white stuff, you might wonder how its inhabitants managed to dig their way out. Well, they don't. They rely completely on a snowplow. A snowplow with antlers.
Spring will be a trifle late this fall.
Bullwinkle, is that you up there? It's me, Granny Goodfoot.
Keep talking, Granny, till I get zeroed in.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to be here today on this...
Gotcha!
Oh, Bullwinkle, bless your mittens.
And that's the way it went throughout the winter. The moose unearthed an average of 20 frostbitten frostbite fallers a day.
Here, my boy, here's a ruble for your trouble.
No, sir, not one red cent.
With the arrival of spring, when the thermometer came all the way up to zero, the grateful townfolk decided to reward their faithful snowplow.
Let's get him a watch.
Let's get him a bigger shovel.
No, we must get him something worthy of his labor.
So they merged their meager finances and ordered a statue of Fulton J.T. Figsby, the man who first discovered icicles.
Why the white tie and tails, Bullwinkle?
Haven't you heard, Rock? I'm to be giving a testimonial dinner.
Yeah, but that's a week away. Besides, you're not fully dressed.
Sure I am. I got on my fuchsia spats, my cerise hanky, my... Ooh, shame on you, Rocket J. Squirrel. You let me come out here without a shirt on. Practically stark naked in front of all these people.
Now, it's common knowledge that the only laundry in Frostbite Falls is run by a former cookie cutter.
All your shirts have holes in them.
Yeah, here's a gingerbread boy. There's a macaroon. Doggone it, I don't have one decent shirt to my... Oh, yes, I do. Ta-da! This one I've been saving for a special occasion.
That's a shirt.
Of course it's a shirt. It even has truffles.
It also has a spot.
Where?
Alas, an infinitesimal dash of Tabasco sauce marred an otherwise ghastly piece of wearing apparel.
Get some spot remover.
Here you are.
That's a rolled-up newspaper.
Well, I knew a feller who had a dog named Spot, and this was the doggone spot remover you ever did see.
Not bothering to explain, Rocky proceeded to eradicate the stain.
That's funny.
A straight line funny?
I mean, the spot, it's spreading.
Sure enough, the ink stain grew larger.
You said it was Tabasco sauce.
Well, from here it looked like it.
It doesn't matter. I shall simply wrap it up thusly and send it to be laundered.
To Carl, the cookie cutter?
No, to Ed Foo Young's Chinese Laundry.
I hope you don't mind my asking, Bullwinkle, but exactly where is your shirt going?
Well, Rock, when you're looking for a Chinese laundry, you don't look in Switzerland.
Oh, don't tell me.
Yup. One round-trip ticket to Shanghai.
Shanghai? China?
They got a Shanghai in Ohio, but they don't do shirts as well.
Better make that 2 round-trip tickets, please.
Say, Rock, does anybody ever wonder where we get all the money to gallivant around the world like we do?
Never mind, Bullwinkle. The plane's leaving in an hour.
Yeah, but I think it's all so improbable.
Well, like the man said when he built a bigger building, we're off on another story, and a tall one at that. Be with us next time for Hello, Orient, or That's Some Dandy-Looking China you have there.
You all remember the story of Sleeping Beauty. How as a baby she was put under a spell by a wicked fairy. How when she had grown up she pricked her finger with a needle and fell into a deep sleep from which she could be wakened only by a kiss. You remember, too, how a fence of thorns grew round the castle to prevent anybody from entering.
Anybody but me, that is.
And just who are you?
A prince, naturally. Don't you see the robes, the crown? You want to see my ID card?
Well, how do you propose to enter the castle?
Easy. I haul out my trusty broadsword and... They don't make broadswords like they used to.
The prince was distraught. What was he to do?
I'll show you. These they make like they used to.
The prince made straight for the tower rooms.
Sleeping Beauty, I've come at last. With one kiss, I shall waken you and... Wait a minute. Awake, she's just another princess. Asleep, she's a gold mine. I can see it now. Sleeping Beauty comics, Sleeping Beauty hats, Sleeping Beauty bubble gum, and biggest of all, Sleeping Beauty Land.
Sure enough, the castle was soon made ready as a great tourist attraction. There was Moat Land.
Have your X-coupons ready, please. Have your X-coupons ready.
There was Entrance Hall Land.
Y coupons, please.
There was Stair Land.
That's a Z coupon, folks. A Z coupon.
And, of course, Sleeping Beauty herself. Sleeping Beauty Land was clearly a great success.
1,000,001, 1,000,002. Sorry, the castle's closed till 8 a.m.
Hold it, Junior. I'm Yolanda, the wicked fairy that puts Sleeping Beauty to sleep.
Well, that calls for some free coupon books.
Books, Nook, I want half of this whole setup. Or else.
Else what?
Else I use my magic powers to wake her up.
Well, now, we can't have that, can we, partner? And you are my partner, and a charming one at that. Now, wouldn't you like to see some of our Sleeping Beauty Land?
Why not?
Just step this way to Dungeon Land.
My, this is spooky.
Well, it's very popular. Some people stay here for a long, long time.
How does it work?
Well, I put these around your wrist, you see?
Yes?
Then I leave. Well, have a good time. I'll see you in a couple of years, kid.
So, once again, the prince was in business for himself.
1,064,000, 1,065,000.
Hiya, honey.
You're back. You broke the chains.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to.
Well, partner, how about trying our special submarine ride?
Keen.
The cement is just a safety precaution. The city makes us do it.
I like the way it squishes between my toes.
It's quick drying, too. There. Not squishy now, is it?
If I like this one, can I go again?
I'm afraid not. It's more of a one-way ride.
So the prince was once more without a partner.
4,002,000, 4,003,000.
Hello, I'm back. That ride was more fun, especially that first part.
But-
Imagine half of all this is mine.
Yes, including the souvenir sales.
Souvenirs? How much do they sell for?
Well, this one is 75 cents. This one is $1. This Sleeping Beauty cowboy lasso is only $1.69. Now, let's see. Carry the 4 and... Say, you're in luck, little lady.
I am.
You betcha. You also get the official Sleeping Beauty Land moon rocket as a bonus gift.
Goody. I've always wanted a rocket.
And the clever prince had apparently solved his problem. But soon, he had another one. For the next morning, the crowds outside the castle were smaller. And the next day, smaller still. Clearly, Sleeping Beauty was a slipping beauty. And the prince was very sad indeed. Then, suddenly...
Hiya, sweetie. I'm back. And was that ever a ride?
Well, you can have the whole thing back now, Toots. Sleeping Beauty Land is a flop.
Now, wait a minute. She's been asleep for 20 years, right?
Right.
Maybe people would pay money to talk to somebody who's been asleep for 20 years.
You mean
Yes, we just wake her up.
we'll make a fortune? Go ahead and do it.
Who, me?
You put her to sleep, didn't you?
Well, frankly, no. I'm not really a wicked fairy. I'm just wicked.
But then how?
Easy. You kiss her. You're a prince, aren't you?
Well, not exactly. I never joined the union. I really make my living beating pigskins.
You mean...
Yes, I'm a hog plotter.
But just then a remarkable thing happened. Sleeping Beauty's eyes opened, and she sat up.
Don't worry, kids. I wasn't really asleep.
Then why the big 20-year act?
I just wanted to see if I could make it in showbiz.
Coco's my name, and as you can see, I'm swinging through the jungle with my Cocoa Krispies. When height of the sky drops a giant pest who takes my Cocoa Krispies back to his nest. It's a chocolatey taste he wants to try, but he's about to learn a new way to fly. Bye. Kellogg's Cocoa Krispies are such a chocolatey and delicious part of this complete breakfast. Even the milk turns chocolate with every bite so chocolatey. Oh, everybody wants my Cocoa Krispies.
The transformation has begun. This Monday is Nick's Megatoon Monday. 5 hours guaranteed to give you total toon overload. Prepare for Mega Moose. Monday starting at 3/2 Central. We're throwing the switch to deliver a mega jolt from Frostbite Falls. It's Rocky and Bullwinkle and all the gang in 10 back-to-back episodes. So get ready, get set, get charged. It's Nickelodeon's Moose-a-Rama on Megatoon Monday. This Monday starting at 3/2 Central, only on... Bullwinkle's Megatoon Monday is brought to you by Street Hot and Secret Diary.
Incredible. It's headed for McDonald's. Whoa.
It's hungry.
It's Cosmo.
Yeah.
Hey, Cosmo. How about a Big Mac?
Hey, Cosmo. Hey, Cosmo. What?
How about a Big Mac?
Must read my mind. McDonald's, man. Let's ride. Oh, we'll just grab my...
Hello out there, Peabody here. Tell me, Sherman, in what sport is the term putt utilized?
Motorboat racing.
Motorboat racing?
Sure. You know, putt, 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 putt.
In 1870, the world's first golf match was played, and today Sherman, his outboard motor, and I will not only witness this historic event, but will participate in it. Set the way back for St. Andrews, Scotland, Sherman.
Putt, 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 putt,
I set the way back controls myself, and in a matter of seconds, we were standing on Scotland's only golf course. Two gentlemen were in the midst of teeing off.
That's your 30th stroke, Angus, and you've yet to tee off.
Oh, I'm teed off all right.
How can that man expect to play golf, Mr. Peabody? His hands are all bandaged.
Pardon me, sir, but have you had an accident? That was no accident. McSnide here sent me flowers.
Then you go blaming me for catching poison ivy.
It's a grudge match we're playing. If McSnide wins, then Scotland has to play the game of golf, according to McSnide's rules.
That's 51 strokes.
We can't let him get away with that, Mr. Peabody.
Sherman was right. I substituted for the ailing Angus and prepared to tee off with a deficit of 51 strokes. You'd best be wary, Mr. Peabody. McSnide is a tricky rascal. A gross understatement. For while I was taking a practice swing, McSnide replaced my round ball with a square one. I drove exactly 250
Yards?
inches. Fortunately, McSnide's clubs were as crooked as he, and he drove his first into the rough. Good luck to you, and watch McSnide. This wasn't easy to do, for I had my hands full trying to approach the green. Hacking my way up the fairway, I looked more like a frustrated dice player than a golfer. While I was so engaged, McSnide used the rough to good advantage.
I'm taking no chances, McPherson. Go to the 9th hole and build a trap so that just in case my opponent gets lucky, he'll fall in and forfeit the match.
Hey, McSnide, I'll build the deepest trap you ever saw. I finished the first hole with a bogey 84. McSnide was 3 under par.
Give up?
A Peabody never gives up. Sherman, I'll use a round ball from now on. The second hole was 400 yards away, and due to a sudden shifting of the wind, my drive fell short of the cup, 3 feet short.
Good morning, that's the longest drive I've ever seen.
You think that was long? Wait till the next hole.
By the time we reached the 9th green, I was practically even with McSnide. The 9th, you'll recall, was the green McPherson had booby-trapped.
You putt first, Peabody, and lots of luck. He'll step on that green and fall halfway to China.
I stepped on the green all right and promptly putted my ball into the cup.
What a shot, Mr. Peabody. One more like that and you'll be in front.
We left the green and approached the 10th tee. McSnide stayed behind.
I cannot understand it. I told McPherson to dig a trap under this green. And if there's anything I can't stand, it's a man who disobeys orders. Wait till I see that McPherson. I'll give him a piece of my mind.
It wasn't until the 18th hole that McSnide caught up with us.
Where have you been, Mr. McSnide?
I had to replace a divot. What's the score?
Mr. Peabody is 20 under par.
Oh?
How are you doing?
I've had troubles, lad. I'm only 30 under par.
He's still in front of you, Mr. Peabody, with only this hole left to play. What are you going to do?
Beat him, of course. Hand me my number 1 wood. It was then that Chairman discovered we were short on clubs.
Somebody swiped everything but the putter.
Looks like you'll have to forfeit.
Not as long as I have a putter.
You can't putt here, Mr. Peabody. There's a lake that sits in front of the green.
This will require timing. I studied the grass carefully.
Shoot, man, shoot, or else you lose.
I shot. The ball rolled gently down the fairway, bounded into the air, landed on a duck's back. The duck took off across the lake, became airborne, and while directly over the green, lost the ball. And of course, as I had figured, the ball fell exactly in the very center of the cup.
You did it, Mr. Peabody. You win. Doesn't he, Mr. McSnide?
McSnide was in no condition to answer.
The only thing I don't understand is why Mr. McSnide wanted to change the rules of golf.
Well, you see, McSnide objected to the use of a golf ball.
What did he expect to play with?
Potatoes. He owned a potato farm and hoped to make a fortune selling them to golfers.
But who ever heard of hitting a potato with a golf club?
Oh, come now, Sherman. Surely you've heard of mashy potatoes? Pass the gravy.
Let's face it, any moose who spends the winter digging his neighbors out of the snow deserves a tribute.
3 cheers for Bullwinkle!
Oh, we have to give him more than that.
4 cheers?
They decided to honor him with a testimonial dinner. Unfortunately, although he had white and tails, he lacked a shirt.
Oh, no, I've been saving this one for years.
Well, you didn't save it long enough.
Yes, the shirt was not only gauche, but extremely bizarre.
That's where I got the pattern for it. Out of Harper's Bazaar.
It wasn't an easy shirt to get close to, but if you managed to get within 3 feet, you noticed the stain.
Shucks, I'll have that out in a jiffy.
Rocky didn't have a jiffy. Perhaps that's why the stain expanded. Shortly thereafter, a plane bearing Bullwinkle's shirt took off into the wild blue.
Yonder.
You're sending your shirt to a laundry, right?
Right.
To a Chinese laundry, right?
Well, they're known for their smart work.
However, the Chinese laundry he mailed it to was in Shanghai, China.
2 tickets to Shanghai, please. I have to pick it up in order to be back here in time for the banquet.
How come we didn't go with the shirt in the first place?
You saw that shirt. Would you want to ride with it?
Shanghai has a population of millions employed in various occupations, among which is the Mammoth Frap Toy Manufacturing Company, whose slogan, "If it's a frap, it's great," is known the world over.
Better not go into the laboratory, Mr. Frapp. Professor Steinmetz left orders not to be disturbed.
I'm an employer, Miss Bracegirdle. I can disturb anybody.
Gently, Boris, gently.
You don't got to tell me I got the hands of a sturgeon.
That's surgeon, Boris.
Don't call me Boris. My pseudonym is Steinmetz.
Steinmetz, I want to see what you're working on.
Go away. Can't you see I'm... Oh, hello, man who pays salary. I kiss your hand. The one you signed the checks with.
Good grief, what are you cooking in that hibachi?
His great new toy. I call it Mickey Moose Watch. You see the little hand points to the hour?
That's the oldest toy in the world. Steinmetz, you're fired. Out, both of you, out!
Bullwinkle's shirt reached its destination on Monday. Our heroes, due to a monsoon over Santa Barbara, didn't get to Shanghai until Wednesday. There on the corner of Chow and Main, they spotted, perhaps that's the wrong word, Ed Fu Young's Chinese laundry.
Well, looks like we finally caught up with the little rascal.
It sure does, and I can't wait to... That's odd.
Your last word was 2. That isn't odd, it's even.
Look who's walking into the laundry.
Sure enough, Steinmetz, Boris and Natasha were also patronizing Ed Fu Young's.
I'm a little too far away to tell, but that looks like our old friends Pick and Pat.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Come on.
You can imagine our hero's surprise to discover that the only person in the laundry was a man behind the counter.
Well, whoever came in here disappeared.
Hello there, man behind the counter. I have come for my shirt.
We're very busy. You present ticket, you get shirt.
He doesn't have a ticket. You see, this entire transaction was perpetrated under some extraordinary circumstances.
You like to break that down into English?
And the little squirrel proceeded to recapitulate episodes 1 and 2. But let us digress and enter a secret room behind the laundry. It is here that Boris and Natasha found refuge from prying eyes. What's going on? I'm afraid we won't know until our next chapter, tentatively entitled, Let's Blow Up New York, or We Bombed 'em at the Palace.
Hang tight. Nickelodeon's Moose-a-Rama will be right back.
Pop, 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 pop a top of Play-Doh fun. Play-Doh presents Fun Sound Play Shop. Squash Play-Doh in and you can make funny sounds with silly shakes. Wow. Fun Sound Play Shop makes stars.
And more.
The wildest roads. Step no more. Fun Sound Play Shop is a silly one. Pop, 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 pop a top of Play-Doh fun.
Fun Sounds Play Shop comes with everything here. Rainbow packs sold separately, only from Play-Doh.
Work it out, see it through.
Keep your eye on it, Tiger.
Bring out the tiger in you.
Winners practice hard and eat right, like the sweet crunch of Kellogg's Frosted Flakes as part of this complete breakfast.
Show me you're a tiger. Show what you can do.
Come on.
Taste the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Frosted Flakes. Brings out the tiger.
They're great.
Recently, we compared two superheroes, Dashing Super Guy and Kirby from Nintendo. In some ways, Kirby lost big. No big hair, no big muscles, no weapons, nothing. All Kirby's got is appetite. Kirby's Dream Land, the thrilling new adventure game on Game Boy. Kirby munches, spits back, and floats, saving glorious Dreamland. He's Kirby, and he packs a mean bite. Kirby's Dream Land, only on Game Boy.
You are in the O-Zone. And now back to Nickelodeon's Moose-a-Rama.
And now, here's the world's only tennis pro with antlers, Mr. Know-It-All.
Hi, racketeers everywhere. Today our subject is how to play winning tennis. The first thing to do on the court is to establish who is the master by using your pulverizing, non-returnable serve, like this. Whoop.
Okay, let's stop kidding around and play tennis.
And here you have my next example. Build up your opponent's false confidence at the start of the game. Then proceed to beat him with an easy lob.
My point.
I wasn't ready. Another way to ruin your opponent's composure is to switch rackets with him. Playing with an unfamiliar racket, he will be sure to lose the game.
Is we going to play or ain't?
One moment, sir. I'm pretty sure you have my racket. I insist that we trade.
Anything you say, buddy. Service.
Oof. Now, friends, comes the one surefire way to beat your opponent. You pretend that you're injured. This makes him feel sorry for you, and he'll start to play badly.
Oh! Well, I think that's game and set. So long, lame brain.
Gee, Mr. Know-It-All, it didn't work to pretend you were injured.
Who's pretending?
And you call that how to play winning tennis?
Of course. He won, didn't he?
Well, at present, we're headquartering in Shanghai, China. Rocky and Bullwinkle, you may recall, are there to pick up Bullwinkle's shirt from a Chinese laundry.
Oh, this fuss, just to have a clean shirt.
Well, you wouldn't expect me to wear a dirty shirt to my testimonial dinner, would you? Don't answer that.
Other familiar figures were also in the city, at the Frapp Toy Manufacturing Company, to be specific.
Professor Stein, miss, I hired you to create new toys for me.
You hit fingernail right on the head, oh boss man.
Well, you've been in this lab for 6 months. What have you got to show for it?
190 yen in take-home pay.
But Boris had been working on something, a toy watch. Of course, this was as old as the hills in Hong Kong. Boris and Natasha were fired on the spot. Meanwhile...
There it is, Bullwinkle. Ed Fu Young's Chinese Laundry.
They were about to enter when who should come along and precede them but...
You got dirty linen to wash?
No, but I got dirty plans.
Boris went in, Natasha went in, Rocky went in.
And Bullwinkle went in.
Yes, but inside there was no sign of Boris and Natasha.
One clean shirt to go.
Without a ticket, it would take some haggling to get his shirt. That's when we peeked into a secret back room.
Boris, for why we slave like white-collar workers just to make toy tiki-talk.
Shh, keep your accent down. Now, you mean to say you thought that was actually really toy watch? Here, look at master plans.
An intricate blueprint was spread before them.
Now, see here where fireplace is in the kitchen?
That's plan for house.
For my old age, which was 10 years ago. Here is master blueprint.
And on the back of a bubblegum wrapper, inscribed with the head of a rusty diaper pen, was a detailed drawing of the toy watch.
Yes, but what does watch do?
You see miniature mushroom cloud over watch?
No.
Yes?
No.
Again, I got to say yes. This little tiki-tac, as you so quaintly put it, honey bunch, is really a tiny atom bomb. With weapon like that, me and you can rule the world.
But, darling, you never smuggled watch out of Shanghai. They got wanted posters of you all over town.
There was even one in the secret room.
Don't fear, dear. I'm not going to smuggle watch. I got Confederate.
You know Jefferson Davis?
Look through peephole. What do you see?
I see shelves filled with shirt packages.
Ah, but that small package on the second shelf contained more than a shirt.
Now watch doorway. Accomplice comes in, says secret word, gets package, and meets us in US of A.
Say, there are two auspicious characters out there.
Never mind. Just listen for secret words.
Yeah, but those two...
Listen for secret words.
I tell you, Mr. Young, I have to be back in Frostbite Falls by Saturday night.
Go see travel agent.
But he needs his shirt.
How things look? Confederate show up yet?
No, just that moose.
Secret words. Wait for secret words.
Please, Mr. Young, you gotta let Bullwinkle have his shirt.
Bullwinkle? That very ridiculous name.
By the by, darling, what are secret words?
I quote, perhaps you would rather I be John Philip Sousa?
Perhaps you would rather I be John Philip Sousa?
You like to repeat that for West Coast?
I said...
Never mind. Here, secret package waiting for you.
And with time definitely not on their hands, our boys left the shop. Well, be sure not to miss our next episode, Exploding Population, or Pull Yourself Together.
Friend to man and beast, a hero at the least. Funny, Doug Funny. Sunday at 10, 9 Central on Nickelodeon.
Snick is coming. Snick cannot be stopped.